Okay. Basically, string. Let's say I have one string, uh, and I want to append something to the existing string. Okay. So appending means like I want to add some more thing. So then there is that is called string adding, like string concatenation. Okay. String concatenation. So let's see how it will gonna work. This is my string, and I want to add I know another string on top of this string. Okay, I want to add some extra string to this existing string. So then, how do we add this? Okay, plus. Okay. So remember, if you want to add two strings, then you use plus symbols to concatenate the existing string. Okay. If you want to add two strings, then you will use plus symbol. Plus symbol means concatenating. Then string will be appending to the existing string. And let's say you want to add some spaces, then you use plus you use double quotations to mention as a space, to use double quotations to mention as a space. Okay, inside the double quotations you just enter space bar, so that space will be existing. Okay, so this is my string. Pavan is my string, and I'm adding welcome to UiPath to another string. So this is how you can add. Okay, this is how we can add. Let's say I have a string and I initialize as an integer. I initialize as an integer. Let's say some 2, 3, 4, 5. If I try to add this is to the existing string, what will happen? This is my integer number. User age is a variable, and the type is an integer. Okay, and I'm trying to add this to the existing string. Then you see there's some compilation errors. There's some errors would happen. These are like validation errors. So these validation errors happen because I'm trying to uh, add integer to a string. There is a conflict between the data types. There is a conflict between the integer to a string. So that's the reason it's showing as a validation errors. Then that case, as we know, we have to convert integer to a string. We have to convert integer to a string. For that, we have a method called .toString. Okay. Okay. So this is how we can add a string to a existing string. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so there is a method called string dot is null or empty. Is null or method called string dot is null or empty. Okay, so is null or empty is used when you want to check the particular string is null or empty. Is null or empty. Okay. There is a method called is null or empty. This is used to check a particular string is null or empty. Okay. So this method is used to check particular string into null or empty. Okay. So what do you mean by null or empty? Okay. What do you mean by a null or an empty? Null is nothing but it's a reference, and one does not have any refer to any object. Okay, it does not have uh, any value. It does not have any value. At runtime, the result of instance of operator is typically there is no there is no value to a null. If I mention as username is null equal to null, it means that this the username has no value. The username has no value. Okay, the username has no value, and and um, the default value of a string is a null. The default value of string is null. Means that there is no value specified for that specific string. There is no specific value assigned to the string. Okay. If I created a variable and if I leave it as a blank, it will take as a null value. Okay. Null means no value for that. No value. Okay. Empty value. What do you mean by empty value? Empty is empty means like there is no specific value assigned to it. There is no specific value assigned to it. I'll show you how it will be. If I created okay as a name, I was talking. If I created a variable with and I did not even assign any default value. If I forget to, if I try to print this value, you see, there is no value. There is no value for that variable because it got assigned as a null value by default. It got assigned as a null value by default. Okay. It got assigned as a null value by default. So that's the reason no value got printed. I was telling a method called string dot is null or empty. Is null or empty. Inside the brackets, mention the variable. My variable is username. I want to check this variable whether this is null or empty. Okay. If it is null, I want to perform some actions. If it is null, I mean, it does not have a, the condition is false, then I want to perform some other actions. It can be anything. It can be anything based on the requirement. You can do. So for that, I'm checking a condition. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm checking a condition whether it's a null or an empty, and then if it is a null, I mean if it doesn't have any value, I'm printing a message saying that string has no value, and or else if this particular string has some value at least, then it's showing as it contains a value along with the user. I mean like username. Let's say I'm trying to execute this. Okay, the string don't have a value. Okay, so that's the reason it went to the it went here, then block, and it got executed as string has a no value. For an instance, I'm just giving some value. Okay, for an instance, I'm giving some value. So there is a value inside the string. So so that's the reason it went here, else block, and it got printed as it contains a value and the username. So this method is string dot is null or empty is used to check whether the particular string is in null or an empty. So the syntax for this string dot is null or empty. Open the bracket inside your variable name. So the variable name can be anything. Okay. The variable name can be anything. 1 second, guys. I'm getting a call. 1 second. Sorry guys, I was in the call. Okay, so let's continue. So there is a method called contains. There's a method called contains. Contains. Okay, there's a method called contains. It is used to check particular string is exist or not. It is used to check particular string is exist or not. Okay, if exist, it so the return type is a boolean. So the return type is a boolean, uh, and the comparison is case sensitive. Okay, the comparison is a case sensitive. If it does not, if particular, if particular, let's say that I'm trying to search one string and it can't, it exists on the particular string, then it will no it written as true. It will written as true. If it is exist, it's written as true, and if not, it returns as false. It returns as false. Okay, we'll see with the example. Okay, I'll take one variable called user text, and variable type is a string. Okay, variable type is a string, and this is my string, and in this string I want to check whether a particular word is exist or not. Okay, I want to check whether the particular word is exist or not. So that is called such. My search string is welcome. Okay. And I'm trying to check any specified condition we take if activity, and then user dot contains. There is a method called contains, and open the bracket, put your such string. Okay, and if it is a if it is there, I want to print with the message. If it is not there, I want to print something else. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
So you see the message got printed saying that a string exists. So the particular string is exist in the, I mean, this welcome is exist in the welcome to UiPath. So it's correct. Let's say instead of the same I mentioned as W like this. Here the original string as contains W is caps, but my such string is same only, but little bit different. That is called, instead of caps I mentioned as a small letter. We'll see what will happen. Okay, you see not exist, got it got printed as a not exist. Okay, so that's the reason these are the case sensitive. Okay, to check specified condition, the both the variables are case sensitive. So it is like it will perform exact such, it will perform as a exact such, it will compare W with the W. Okay, this W is small letter and this is a caps letter. So that's the reason it got it become as a false, become as a false. Okay, so if I mention as W, then it will become as true, and then this message will get executed. Okay, so that's the reason these are the case sensitive, variables are case sensitive. Okay, okay, fine. Now I want to make my string to an uppercases. I want to make my string to an uppercases. So for that there is a method called dot to upper. There is a method called dot to upper. So this is used to convert convert a variable to upper cases. Okay, upper cases means like uh, all should be a caps letters. Okay. Now what I do, I'll just take a message box dot to upper. Okay. So you see, it got printed as a caps letters. It got printed as a caps letters, in capital letters. Uh, the original string as it has a caps letter, capital letters and also small letters. The original string is this, but I'm trying to convert all the all the words into a capital letters. So that's the reason it got printed as a capital letters. You see, it got printed like this. Okay. Now I want to print all the words to a small letters. I want to print all the words to a small letters. For that, there is a method called dot to lower. There is a method called dot to lower. So dot to lower is used to convert dot to lower is used to convert variable to a lower cases. Lower cases. Okay. Dot to lower is used to convert a variable to a lower cases. Now I'm trying to run a file. Now you see all the letters printed as lower letters. Okay. Now, okay. So this is how you can perform string to a lowercase or uppercase letters. Got it? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So one more method called copy is used to copy is used to copy a text. Take a sign. Use a text dot copy. Okay, so it's not. there is some error, but so I think copy to will not work. There, so if you want to if you want to pass a text to another variable, then we can just directly assign user text. Then we can directly assign. So it will be passed to the other variable. So in this example, I'm trying to pass this value, welcome to UiPath to test. Then it will directly copy to the particular variable. Okay, so this is the variable that I created recently. Okay, this is the variable I'm passing from this variable to this variable. Okay, so left side is my created variable and the right side is the one which I'm trying to copy a text. Okay, so I want to I want to trim a variable. Trim means like I want to remove unwanted spaces or unwanted white spaces which contains in the string. I want to remove unwanted white spaces in the string. For that we have a method called trim. We have a method called trim. It is used to remove unwanted. Here's the top search result. Unwanted white spaces in a particular string. Particular variable. Okay. Trim is used to remove unwanted white spaces in a particular variable. But this is my variable, and before this I have some space, and after this I have some space. Okay, so if I meant so you will be asking what's the problem if the string contains have a space. Then if the string contains a space, with the spaces also the memory will be allocated. Okay, so that's the reason we want to remove unwanted white spaces in a particular string. For that we have a method called dot. We have a method called dot trim. Okay, now the white spaces got removed. Okay, for an instance I want to remove only the string I want to remove only a space which contains which starts from the string. Okay, I want to remove only this white space. means at the starting of a string. Then for that we have a method called dot uh, trim start. So dot trim start is used to remove unwanted spaces at the starting. It is used to remove unwanted white spaces in a string variable or string, a variable at the starting of a string. Starting of a string. So if I run this, the white spaces of a the white spaces at the starting will be cutting down. Okay, the white spaces which which starts at the beginning, it will be cutting down. Okay, I want to remove at the end of a white space. At the string, there is a method called trim end. Trim end. There is a method called trim end. Okay, the ending of a white spaces will be removed. The ending of a string which contains the white spaces will be removed. Okay. Trim end is used to remove unwanted white spaces in a variable at the ending of a string. Okay. So it is used to trim end is used to remove white spaces or extra spaces at the ending of a string. Okay. So trim is used to remove white spaces in a particular string. In the trim also there are two more special methods. Which one is a trim start and other one is trim end. Trim start is used to remove unwanted spaces at the starting of a string, and a trim end is used to remove the white spaces at the ending of a string. Okay. Okay. So okay, now along with this string, I want to insert some extra string to a existing string. I want to insert some extra string to a existing string. Then we have a method called dot insert. We have a method called insert. We have a method called insert. It is used to insert insert a value or a variable to a existing string. Okay. Insert is used to insert a value, a variable to a existing string. We'll see with the example. Test dot insert. Okay. Okay. Then you see the there is a pop-up call. I mean, you see the formula got formula or the uh, syntax got displayed. You see function string dot insert, open the bracket, start index as integer comma value as string. It means that there are two overloads that required for this method. One is starting of a index, other one is a value. Okay, my starting index is 0 comma and value that I want to insert. My starting index is 0 and the value is some value. So now you see at the place of a 0th index, at the place of a 0th index, the variable got inserted. Okay, the place of 0th index, the value got replaced. Now I want to insert some eighth index place. Okay, so this is how it got replaced. So insert is used to insert a particular string to a existing string. Okay, and to use this method, we have a syntax called variable dot insert and open the bracket. You have to mention the index, specified index where you want to insert a string, and comma your variable, your string that you want to append. Okay. Now I want to know index of this string. Okay. Now I want to know index of like the position of this particular string. The position of this particular string. You see -1. Okay, you see that particular UiPath string is placed under 11th index, 11th position. That particular string is placed under 11th index. Previously, it got printed as -1. When I run this, it got printed as -1 because this the here P UiPath P is a small and here the UiPath P is a caps. So that's the reason it does not this particular string, since the particular string is ignored, does not exist in the string, it got printed as a -1, means saying that index was not is not is there in the existing string. Okay, so because the variables are very case sensitive, variables are case sensitive, means it has to match with the exact name, it has to match with the exact name. Okay, so this is about string manipulation methods. These are the string manipulation methods that I covered today. I'll be sharing this video. If you have any questions, you can please ask me. Hello, guys.
It's clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.